Hello, I'm going to show you now how to make some pom-poms using pom-pom makers and wool. These are some pom-pom samples that we've made earlier. You can make them in all sorts of colours. You can mix up your colours. You can have them just pure. You can have them just with some patterns going through. Or you can have it mixed totally like that beautiful one is there. Right, I'm going to put those on one side. Pom-pom makers look like this. Well, you get two different types of pom-pom makers, but these are the type that I like to use, that we've discovered. They're sturdy and they stay, yeah, they can do the job and they're faster and they're less complicated. And also, they stay together, that's the word I'm after. So these, you pull them apart at the end, and it's important that you know that this is what happens. So that comes apart, and there's a little hole there for this metal bar to go into, and you push that back together, and they stay like that while you're making your pom-pom. And also, as you've noticed, this here, these two come apart. If they're separate, they come apart, you know, they come out like this. But it's very important for this job to keep them together like this. So that's like two little handles there, and then these two come out here and they look like that. Even the little ones do that. So that's like that, and that's there. Okay, so you get small, medium and large. These are very small. Smallest, the smaller they are, the faster your pom-pom making is. But I don't think this is a slow process anyway. I think it's quite a speedy process. I'm going to put these ones on one side, and I'm going to show you this blue one here. So this blue pom-pom maker, I'm going to pop those two handles there, both of those. I'm going to pop those back in there, and I'm going to keep these two out, and I'm going to hold this so that those two stay. Now to start with, I'm going to take this big chunky wool. Now this is very chunky wool. I've not even balled it up, but it'll do it work as it is. If I haven't got big chunky wool, chunkier the wool, the faster your pom-pom. If you've only got thin wool, like we've got here, what I tend to do is double it up. I either double itself up the same colour if I only want one colour, or I put two colours together like this, and that's almost how you get this kind of an effect, so lots of speckles. So I'm going to, and you could put three colours on here, you know, I could add this green if I wanted to, this other green, and so we could actually make, then it starts to become like a thicker piece of wool in itself. But I'm going to go back to this red one for now. So if I'm using, because I think it's easier for you to see, so I'm going to get to the end of my wool here, and I'm going to hold my pom-pom maker like this so that the two pieces are held underneath, and my thumb is available here, and I'm just temporarily going to hold on to this piece of wool here while I start wrapping this around here like this. Now this is so fast. One of the things that you don't want to do, you want to cover all of this area, all of these handles here, both together like this. We're going to wrap and wrap and wrap and wrap. Okay. And we want to wrap until it's pretty much full, which I'll show you in a moment. What we don't want to do is get anything around here. If we get things around this top bit here, it stops it working. It stops the pom-pom being able to be made, and we won't be able to cut it properly. So if you get some little bits on here, always wipe them back again. It's very important. And the same for over here. So I'm going to tuck that little end piece in now when I get round there, so that it's not in my way. And then I'm going to continue wrapping this now. Can you see how thick it's got? Yeah, it's got quite thick. And I want it to be even as well. And I want it to be thick enough to fit in there and squeeze in. And that is good, that's good and squeezed in. So I'm going to chop that off. I can do it randomly because I'll trim it later again. I've just dropped wool on the floor. And now I'm going to wrap this side, so you'll be able to see how I do this. And once again, I'll have this open, so it was closed and now it's open again. So I'm going to put my finger this time just there, my thumb and wrap, 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 wrap. Oh, and it does it so fast. It's a brilliant, with fat chunky wool, it does it really fast. With medium-sized wool, just does it slightly slower. Until, once again, I've got all of that. And of course, if I went over here like this, I would have to push it back down and make sure that doesn't happen. Oh, and then I've got to the end of my wool here. That's good. Let's undo this little knot I've accidentally made. And just do that last bit like that, making sure that it's fairly even all round. You can see that. And then I push that back into there where it holds it in. And we get out some nice sharp scissors. These scissors are brilliant. We buy these specially. They're sewing scissors and they work with this job perfectly. But if you've got bigger scissors that are a bit blunt, they still work. It just takes a little bit longer. Now, can you see here? There's a little channel there. This is a channel where you can actually fit your scissors, which is great. And then that's where you're starting to cut. And you're going to cut down this. You have to make sure that it does not open up at this point. But you're going to cut, cut, cut. If you've got rubbish scissors, like these are, because they don't cut really, I have to force it right in there and then do it just slower. Watch your fingers, because you know they're scissors and we're putting some pressure on it, so it might suddenly. I'm going to have difficulty getting these ones through there, but we're doing it. It's just gradually and small. So I'm going to go back to my sharper scissors, and also this gap here is perfect for these. And I'm going to do this. Cut, cut, cut in a nice even way, nice and confidently, but do not let it open. So I'm going to pop it like that very carefully and not touch it. I'm going to get some more string, actually. Not string, wool. I'm going to use this green, I think, as a contrast so you can see it. And I'm going to cut off, you know, an amount like this, so I could still hang it on something. And what I'm going to do is, where these channels were here in the side, I'm going to pull it into there, and I'm going to put my hand here and tug it so that it definitely goes inside of this pom-pom maker. And then I'm going to tie it like this. And I'm not going to tie it like that. I'm going to pull it really, really hard. It's good to use, these are all acrylic wools actually. They're waterproof. They don't shrink. And they are a bit tougher than if we were using woolen wool, which sometimes breaks when you do this little bit especially. It's lovely as a pom-pom, but when you do this bit, it's good to use acrylic wool. And then we make sure that's nice and tight. See that I was really pulling at it. And then, this is lovely, I love this bit. We pull open those two pieces that you had that side. And then we pull open these two pieces that we have this side. And then they come apart, most probably anyway, because of the pressure. Oh, and look at that beautiful, beautiful pom-pom. It needs a little bit of a trim. Little bits dropping off, but that's okay. So what I do is fluff it up a little bit like this, pull all the little bits out gently though, because you don't want to lose any of your bits. And if your bits do drop out, well, at least they're out now and they're not going to drop out later. And then I trim the other bits like this. Yeah, that's fabulous. That's a beautiful pom-pom. And then we can hang that in our window as our red of the rainbow, or off our trees in the garden, or off your doorknobs in the house, or just anywhere you like, hanging it off the mantelpiece, or just having it off the sides or on your drawers. Looks great. Anyway, there's a beautiful pom-pom made with a pom-pom maker. And all of the little ones and the big ones, they all make it the same way. Good luck. and enjoy.